and I just seen a lot of confused people lately asking me questions on my videos and stuff, so I wanted to hop on here and give you some knowledge that I have, some awareness that I have, okay? And this is awareness that I've gathered by researching ancient civilizations, decoding the Da Vinci Code. This is information that I just have, okay? So, people ask me, well, how do you know if you're right about whether or not religion is true, and how do you know if you're right that there's no God that sends you to hell, and how do you know what is the right way to live and what's true and what's not true? Well, I'm about to say something that is very, very controversial and very hard to explain and understand. Your brain will fight this, but it is the truth. And that is, all truths are simultaneously true. For the different levels of consciousness that you are currently at, there is a new truth at every level. So, there's 7 chakras we go through. When you are in your lower red chakras, religion is the truth. You need to find a religion and it works for you. And that religion will be true for you while you're in those lower chakras. While you're in those lower chakras, you have to be more conservative, more, less open to things, uh, etc., etc., etc. Then what happens is you start to explore, you move into your yellow and orange chakra, you start to explore life, you start to have some crazy sex, you might get tattoos. And by the way, this all happens throughout different lifetimes. So you might have a lifetime where you're a sex addict, where you're a crazy drug addict, sex fiend, crack whore. And then in your next life, you're just, a fucking rock star. In the next life, you're famous and whatever. Like, everybody is you simultaneously living out all of your incarnations. What? How the fuck does that happen? Yes, and all timelines simultaneously are happening at the same time. It doesn't make sense, guys, but it's the way it is. It's the truth. Everything that ever is, will be, and can be is all happening now. And it's fucking gnarly to even understand this because you can't wrap your mind around it. But it's the truth. And you have been everybody and you are everybody. So there's nobody that's wrong. And there's nobody that's not you. And there's nobody that, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand something, right? Everything is in your mind. Even death is not real. Death is not real. So heaven and hell and bad or good situations are not real either. It goes so deep, right? I go skydiving, right? And I might be thinking, oh, well, if I die, like, what will happen to me, right? But then there's my parents. My parents believe in religion and they believe in hell and heaven, but they would never go skydiving. So here, they think they know they're going to heaven, right? But they won't go skydiving. But they would go to heaven if they died, right? So why wouldn't they go skydiving? Me, I'm over here. I'm like, nah. I don't cling to any certainty um, of anything of any sort towards this life or what anything is, right? I don't cling to any of it, and you know I'm the one that they say could possibly go to hell, right? But yet I'm the one that'll go skydiving. That's interesting, right? The people who are the most evil, quote unquote evil, are the ones who are less afraid to die. That's interesting. That's a very interesting concept. It's just because the people that believe in religion are in their lower chakras, and lower chakras has fear. So you cling to things. You possess that religion. You possess that relationship. You believe in marriage. You believe, you believe, you believe. It's all out of fear. And that is what life is. It's a journey through the chakras. You can't feel fear after you reach the heart chakra. All right? So there's a certain level of consciousness you have to reach when you can't feel fear anymore. And when you can't feel fear anymore, guys, that's when you don't have to wonder what life is anymore, and you can just enjoy the present moment. And when you enjoy the present moment, that's when you start to see how perfect life actually is. And whoever created it and whatever it is, it's perfect anyways. So why do you have to worry about it? They made it. It's made so you can enjoy it. And then that's basically the end of that discussion. You don't have to wonder anymore. Not saying that you can't wonder anymore. Of course you can. You just don't waste as much time on it, or you don't grasp onto beliefs to explain it, because that's a false sense of hope, false sense of security, and that's why they don't go skydiving. You notice a lot of Christians don't go skydiving. A lot of Christians don't step outside and do anything out their comfort zone. The most they do is hold up a picket sign and try to tell others about the good news, which is really bad news, right? So, anyways, it's a story for another day. But that's what I pretty much wanted to get on here and talk about, was the 7 chakras and the journey through the incarnations. So we reincarnate many times, and no, that's not an Eastern religion thing, guys. Eastern religions adopted that truth, just like Christian religions adopted the truth of being born again, or the truth of Christ consciousness, or all whatever they adopted, right? Every religion adopted truths about the universe, because everything's true, and all they did was highlight certain truths. It's beautiful. It's all beautiful. Life is beautiful. Do I feel fear ever, guys? Not so much anymore, because you're in therapy and veganism. I don't eat meat, and meat has a lot of fear in it. It's dense, and I don't really feel fear too much anymore. Semen retention also helps with that. So, on that note, I hope these words were calming. I hope these words were informative. If they scared you, then that's good, because it's gonna bring you in the right direction. Okay. Anyways, only good intentions, guys. I wish you nothing but love, peace, prosperity, and I'm taking off.